Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all the love and overwhelming response you have been giving to my previous videos, my past posts on Instagram regarding my playgroup, opening of my playgroup and learning center. Thank you so much for all the love and all the positive and good messages that you have been sharing with me. For those who are new to my channel, just want to tell you that I make videos about early education, learning, parenting related things on YouTube and Instagram and on Facebook. And I have started doing podcasts on Anchor and Spotify as well. In this particular video, I'm going to talk to you about a query that has been coming to me from a lot of my friends, a lot of parents, that they buy a lot of workbooks and worksheets, and they end up throwing them or maybe donating them. So basically, a lot of workbooks and worksheets go unused. So why is it so? Have you ever thought of it? Like, why do you end up spending so much, investing so much on worksheets and good quality worksheets, but eventually you end up wasting them? I mean, half of the worksheets or half of the workbooks are mostly left unfilled. So why is it so? Weren't they good enough? Didn't you get enough time with your child? Or maybe your child didn't show enough interest to fill in those worksheets? My answer to that is, we have to understand the use of a worksheet or a workbook. A worksheet or a workbook is not there to give us that knowledge. It can only reinforce your learning. So, for learning, you have to look out for other resources and use workbooks and worksheets as a practice medium to reinforce that learning. So, for example, if I think that buying a phonics worksheet or a workbook will teach my child the basics, the core, the foundation of phonics, it's not actually true. They need to know the various phonic rules to be able to fill in those worksheets. And if we take an approach that we'll buy a workbook and get to know about the topics through the workbook, I don't feel that's a great idea either. So, in order to reinforce your learning, you have to rely on workbooks and worksheets. They are also useful in knowing the kind of trend, the kind of questions, the kind of topics that are covered under phonics. But to learn phonics or to learn something related to numbers, you have to make the child understand the concept first and then go for specific worksheets. So now, when we talk of making the child understand the concepts, what should we do? I'll share how I have been dealing with this. So for learning purposes, I rely on very practical, hands-on ways to teach the concept to my child. Those who are regular on my channel know that I do a lot of encourage a lot of playway methods of learning with my 5-year-old. I've been doing this with my students all this while. And I've realized that by far it's been one of the most effective ways to make the child understand complex concepts. So either I go for manipulatives which will make the child understand the concepts that I'm trying to teach him, or I'll rely on flashcards, or I'll rely on certain books which are very resourceful. So for example, let's say phonics. For phonics, I do not jump to a workbook or a worksheet. I definitely encourage my child to fill in worksheets. I have even made a video on how to make worksheets more fun for your little ones. Do check that in the description box below. I'll share all those videos also where I have shared how you can transform a simple worksheet into a fun learning activity. So, what I do is I often use the worksheets to create activities while explaining the concept to my child. So that becomes like a learning resource for me. For others, this can be one method, or what you can do is you can look for books which are comprehensive and which will explain the concept before getting into problem solving. So for phonics, for example, I have been following this book called Alpha Phonics. It's a very, very good book, guys. I really, really recommend it. And even for parents who are trying to teach phonics at home, a lot of schools, a lot of institutions do not teach phonics the right way. They straight away go to the sight word method. And I would agree that a lot of us have learned English, learned the language like that. But I think and I believe that the ability to phonetically decode words will not only help you establish your reading skills, but will also establish and lay a very good foundation for your spelling and your writing in future. So for those who are new to my channel, my son who's 5.5 now, had started reading at the age of 2.5. He read his first book when he was 2.5. And it did not come from a lot of pressurizing. It did not come from, any rocket science. I just followed simple phonetics. And trust me, if you follow the right methods of teaching phonetics, you will gift your child the best gift ever. Reading, trust me, opens a lot of ways, a lot of avenues for young readers. They can explore more, they get to know more, they take interest in building their vocabulary all by themselves. You will never have to force them to read. Once they gain certain confidence in themselves while they are reading, it gives them a different level of confidence. And I have seen that with my child and my students as well. Once they start phonetically spelling the complex word correctly, it gives them immense joy and confidence. So coming back to the way we should be approaching the workbook or worksheet method, I think you should first look at creating their foundation strong in a particular subject, and then move on to reinforcing that through worksheets. And I would rather say that instead of buying or purchasing any worksheets for your kids, why not make them at home? They are more personalized. They will exactly reinforce what is being taught in the class, in the lesson. So try and create your own worksheets so that you don't end up wasting a lot of money, a lot of investment that you have made on these worksheets and workbooks. I have tried creating bunch of worksheets for toddlers, preschoolers. Do let me know. Do write to me on hello Appy Mommy at gmail.com if you want a copy of those worksheets. I have curated like hundreds of worksheets for toddlers and preschoolers, which are age appropriate, which will reinforce their learning. So the summary of this video is that use workbooks and worksheets to reinforce for practice purpose, not to use it like a resource to explain them the concepts, right? That's not the right way to go. For those who are following me on Instagram, they know that I have also started my own phonics sessions in Mumbai's Andheri West. Do write to me, message me on this comment section below, or do write to me at helloappymommy at gmail.com, or just WhatsApp me on this number to know more about it. And let's create a positive, a progressive, a productive learning environment for our little ones. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do like this video if you like it. Do share it with other parents who are struggling with the same issue. And if not done already, please do subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram as well. I am called Appy Mommy. My name is Arpita. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.